guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber from Kyuujin, and today we're back with you one last time for Frieren, episode 28 from season 1. So the finale, guys.
Until season 2.
Yep.
Hopefully it'll come out soon, but in the meantime, we're currently going through the third test and they changed things a little bit. Serie was like, well, because of Frieren, a lot of people who should not have passed the second task passed, and so they're probably all gonna die during the third task, so might as well change things up and avoid needless death.
Basically, I'm gonna judge them and see if they should become a first mage by saying you pass or you fail.
She failed all of them except Fern so far.
Yeah.
Kane is not going through, Frieren is not going through, so I guess she didn't understand the way, Frieren especially, she doesn't understand the way Frieren sees a mage, or how she is a mage, right? Like the things that she prioritizes, Serie doesn't understand that, and she believes that her favorite spell is useless, and her reasons are useless, and basically, yeah, they think differently. But when Fern showed up, she surprised her. She saw the fluctuation in her mana, which is something that no one truly managed to do before. And that is surprising on its own.
For a small human, she saw great potential and she said, why don't you come with me and be my student? I'm gonna make you achieve higher heights with magic that you've never seen before.
But Fern said, nope, I'm Frieren's student. And so then she said, interesting.
You pass.
You pass. So Fern at least gets it and we'll get to go north. But now we have to see Denken, Wirbel, Ubel. We need to see how they manage against with Serie. Hopefully one of them passes at least. That would be good.
Please for Denken. He needs to pass. He needs to go home.
Otherwise it's depressing as fuck. But yeah. So let's jump in this episode and see how they end this first season. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of these episodes and check out our Patreon for the full-length reactions.
Alright, let's go.
Okay, man. Please pass.
魔法使いのよく知っている。
光栄だな。
今や北側諸国で
And he wants to go
持
back.
った魔法使い
Give it to him.
お前が若い頃に会いたかった
Hey.
Ooh.
毛と野心に満ち溢れた興味はない
It's not about you.
っていたのだがな
違うのか。
私を見たときどう戦うか考えただ
Well, if you attack.
すぐに諦めた。
合格だ
Thank you.
No, that's nice. That's nice.
普通は戦うだなんて発想は湧かない
You got guts. I like that. You pass.
合格だ
Just straight up.
まだ何も話
Oh, she can feel it in your eyes, girl.
必要なのか
She's like, you'd cut me in two if I failed you.
次
Okay. Oh, I forgot about him.
ふざけるなよ
He sent in a clone.
これは一級試験だぞ一度も来ないバカがどこにいる一応この通り
Finally.
本体は故郷の村から出ていない
Wow.
Whoa, that's impressive.
今はタイムか
Wow.
What the fudge?
驚いた。割れなかったのに。
実にいい度胸だ
Okay.
Okay, I am impressed, guys.
He tried to trick her.
北部魔法隊隊長のビアベルだな旧魔法使いの中では一番の武闘派だ勝てない相手だと悟ったなそれは恐怖による判断ではない
It's just
More
strategy.
practical one.
二級魔法使いにすらなれねえだろ。
そうだ好きな魔法を教えろ
殺しの道具
He
だぞ。
doesn't like it.
気も嫌いもあるか。
Oh, she likes that.
合格
Okay.
Oh, nice.
私を見てどう思った
You're pretty.
Maybe.
Literally.
可愛いなと思いました
You pass.
Oh, thank you.
受験者はどうなっている合格だ
Okay.
So she loved flattery. Okay.
全然確かに今年は豊作だ
Okay, I'm glad. Last episode was like fail, 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 fail.
A bunch of them did not just pass because of luck. They had skills.
3年後か
It's okay, go with your friend.
受かりました
We knew.
よくやった
フリーレン。お前たちのおかげだ。故郷に墓参りに行ける。
I'm glad that most of those we cared about passed.
これにしましょうこれ
He keeps bringing her here.
この状況。
若造も食べろ。
ありがとうじいさん。
He doesn't know him, he doesn't know what's going on.
誰なの？
宮廷魔法伝剣様です
You have been absent for the last few episodes.
On the path of the warrior.
お気の玉じゃねえか
タメ口叩いてすみません。
The music went. "Vroom."
わしは魔法使いとしてこの町に来た。
これまでご馳走してもらうのは
使い道などない。
ってことはないでしょ
子も孫もおらん。20半ばの
Is it her grade?
先立たれた。
Oh, maybe, yeah.
体が弱かった。戦争に敗れた辺境貴族の令嬢でな。権力も必要だった。わしは知らんかった。特権を掲げて教会を樹立したのはでほどなくしてからだ。ただの無力感はない。国ですら動かせるというのに清掃の道具でしかなかった。フリーレンに伝えてくれんか。
As it should be.
このフリーレンに憧れて使いになったんだ。
Aww.
自分で伝えてください。
Yeah. It's cool to see again the ripples of what she did back in the day.
そうしよう。
He got to meet his childhood hero. Fight her even.
魔法都市オイサーストだね。倍変えた。
おいババ
She's like, do I put down the books?
ア。あれを無視はねえだろ。
少しは悩んだよ。
For a sec, she wondered.
フェルンたちを殺そうとしたんでしょ。犬とか蹴っ飛ばしてそうなやつだって。
よく言われるわな。単なる脅しだよ。ためになりそうなやつはいたけどな。なんだってする。一級魔法使いになりたかったのも強え魔法が手に入れば困っているやつがいたらなるべく手を
I knew I had a reason for liking him.
どうして？
故郷は北の辺境でな。ツアーはいくらでも残っている。
He inspired you?
戦況の塔の攻略、不死なるベーゼや光極竜との戦い、冒険探が大好きだった。そんな話めったにしやがらねえ。賜物を退治しただの、護衛をしただの、単なる荷物
The little things that you remember.
大したことじゃねえ。つまんねえ話だ。
But that's what matters to some people.
But is it who cared about the people?
心底嬉しそうに口を揃えてそんな話をするんだ。ヒンメルが死んで初めてからよく分かったよ。
He wished he was strong enough to do the same for his village. Taking care of the monsters, helping people.
戦況の塔もベーゼも光極竜も俺の村には
Exactly. The big events don't necessarily matter to the little people.
生活を守るので手一杯だ。ヒンメルが俺の村に来なかったら平和になってもそこに俺の村はなかったんだろうな。
何が言いたいの？
勇者ヒンメルのくだらない冒険探だ。俺が言いたいのはそれだけだ。
Again, the ripples.
結局あいつらと一緒に
Those stories are probably truthful also because we know that sometimes stories can be changed a bit to fit such a narrative, right?
順番に運んだりはできないのですか。
私だけこっちに残っちゃうでしょ。
早く魔王を倒さねばならん。人助けに何の意味がある。
They all need help. A hero is not just about the big things. A hero is a hero all the
小さ
time.
な人助けだ。きっとこんなことをしたって
But they'll change someone's life.
目の前で困っている
Katara, get out of this body. I will never turn my back on those who need me.
大丈夫だよヒンメル。世界はちゃんと変わっている。同伴者がいてもいいそうです。みんなで一緒に行きましょう。
Aww.
ゼリエ様からの通達で今後1000年は
Like doesn't hear.
季節に
Damn
は
it.
立ち入らないようにと。
Wow.
何をしたって言うんですか？
It's
She's
almost
just-
like an inside joke between these two.
ゼリエの機嫌を損ねてしまったからね。
It's okay. Go with Stark.
私も来たくて来たわけじゃないし。
It's not like it's another test. Go with her.
おーい
We won't know what spell she gets to learn.
50人もいない魔法使いの頂点か。場になったね。フェルンの方が有名な魔法使いになるんだろうね。嬉しいね。
そうだな。
フリーレン様、
Hey, dude.
誰
You want to try your luck?
使いのレルネンです。ご迷惑をおかけしたようで。
昔からそういう人だったから。私の魔力の揺らぎが平和な時代には似つかわしくないね。
戦いしか知らない時代遅れの魔法使いです。ゼーリエ様の弟子の中で残したのはあの方が生きた証がまた一つ消えることになります。あの方を未来でないのです。 伝説の魔法使い
Dude.
フリーレン様を討ち取ったという
He wants to become someone important so they remember Serie. Shit. It's a sad reason.
It's not the right way though.
Fuck yeah.
手合わせを願えますか
You need to ask before attacking.
しないよ。時間の無駄だ。魔法使いは不器用な連中が多いんだから起こす必要なんてないよ。ちゃんと覚えている。最後に一ついい。魔法で作られたものだ。先生が好きだった魔法だ。
She kept a reminder.
Oh,
魔法だって言ってなかったっけ。
but she remember our previous students.
失敗作だった。私ほどの高みへはたどり着けなかった。クサンの弟子を取ったよ。
You never forgot her.
呼ばないままほとんどが先だった。不思議なものだ。取ったはずの弟子なのに好きな魔法も鮮明に思い出せる。
Oh, he created the...
The
Oh.
golem.
なぜか私は弟子を取って一度もないんだ。騎士にその名を残せずとも。
素直に気持ちを伝えられないんだ。
Yeah, she's a bit emotionally blocked.
人だよ。
That guy was willing to freaking die fighting Frieren for, you know, the chance to have City be remembered.
Make his mark.
本当に不器用な人だ、私も
Mages that only know how to fight, don't know how to exist outside of a fight.
今日は何して遊べ。
悪いな。
Of course he took care of the kids.
朝飯は食ったか
He did his thing while we were away.
無能
God damn him.
らしい
I have
Not
nothing
again.
left to teach you.
これで
He made his mark.
He does.
どこに行っても慕われていますね。
どこ
Because he takes care of people.
どんな魔法をもらったの？わかりませんか？
I don't know.
綺麗になっている。服の汚れをきれいさっぱり落とす魔法。
She must have been like, so useless.
ケル魔導書ゼーリエだね。存在したとされる伝説級の魔法だよ。
Good job. But it's useless, according to City.
But is it though? When you use that spell, you
She learned a spell that is exactly what Frieren would have asked for. Something that sounds
って
useless.
言いましたけどね。
It's
I
in
mean,
the little
but you
things.
can help people with that spell, right?
You can help yourself.
True.
本当にありがとうね。不合格だったけれど
You
も、
found each
3
other
年後また頑張ることにする。
more than before.
よかった。元気でね。じゃあまたね。
We'll miss all of you.
ザイン様の時もそうでしたけど、
クラフトの時もだ。
Because it's not the end.
すごくあっさり人と別れるよね。
2週間も旅路を共にした中だ酒を組み交わしてそれはもう
生臭坊主。
Freeze.
そうだね。でも旅を続けている以上、また会う機
It's
会
not
が
the end.
僕たちには似合わない。
He is everywhere today, man.
Goodbye doesn't necessarily mean that it's mean
また会
forever.
った時に恥ずかしいからね。
And the point is to go see him in heaven, right? We'll see each other again.
Oh, it's a nice
So what's
first
the point?
season.
Yeah.
また会った時に恥ずかしいからね。
I like that. I really like that.
何ですか？
It's okay, you don't know. they lacked the whole beginning of conversation. Oh, nice.
And we will meet again for season 2.
Yes, because it's not over.
I mean, we did not even reach. What's the
Ole
name?
Ole.
Yeah, thank you very
Yeah,
much.
there's definitely going to be a season 2. I'm excited about that. I love the whole... we talked about this when we left Zine, right? About how, yes, it is quick, but there's always a chance that we'll meet again, right? Like, it's not... If we say a big goodbye, a tearful goodbye, it's like you're saying you'll never see that person. Like, it's completely over. You're putting an end to your story. But even if it turns out that you never meet that person again, who's to say that you won't reconnect in heaven or when you die, or that you won't... I don't know, like, you're still thinking of the person still exists in your universe, you still have a bond, so it's not the end. So I like that mentality, that, like, it's, if you say goodbye like it's forever, you're the one putting a stop to that story, right? Might as well keep things open and believe that you'll see them again. This is a better way to end things with a friend. Just the possibility of meeting again. And it explains why this episode, we said a quick goodbye to all of them. Like, some of them we didn't even say goodbye to. But that's because, again, though, a reminder that we left a ripple, right? Like we left an impact here on these people, and they'll get to change because of that. They'll get to remember, and that will change the way they act in the future, and they'll carry on those changes and that meeting with them. So every little interaction is important.
It's really nice to see that sometimes you will thought that when you're being a hero, people would remember those big, great grand gestures that you did for
books.
To save the world with the books. But ironically, it's the small things that people cared most about, because you helped them out day to day with their life, with their own struggle. You saw them as people. And you care for them, you know?
Well, yes and no. Humanity remembers the big events because that's what they write in the books. If you were there for the big event and it helps you, you'll remember the big event. That it's not more important. The little things are not more important than the big things, but they are just as important.
I just said that it was more important. I just said that
you kind of said that.
History will remember the grand gesture, the grand heroic tales, but people will remember what you were as a person when you helped them.
No, I'm saying depending on where you were, the big events can help you and you'll remember that. But not everyone was close when you took care of the big bad guy or when you took care of the demon king. Like everyone probably who probably lived to see the end of the demon king will remember that, and they'll feel like it's great and stuff. But if the hero passed through their village and did little things here and there to help them, they would remember this fondly because of those, you know, things he did, the village still stood. So what it said to me was that yes, you can admire a hero for the big deeds, and you can look up to someone and be like, I want to be just like them and save the world. But not the world doesn't always need to be saved. Right? Like those mages who existed only during sorry. Those mages who only existed during like wars and stuff. Now it's like they don't really know what to do because they are made for fighting, right? Like they crafted their magic only for that. And
they're not meant for peaceful eras.
Yeah, and now there's no war to be fought, so they don't really know what to do. But there's always something you can do. There are always people who will need help, and everyone deserves a chance. Everyone deserves some help. If you put everyone on the same level and you go around and you do as much good as possible, they'll remember that. Those interactions mean something. Those ripples will lead to greater things. Kind of like Himmel did all those things back in the day, but what did it lead to? We got Weird who wants to do the same, and now he's become a first-class mage, and he's going back to save his village and help them survive even longer. Himmel is no longer there, but that village continues to survive because someone was inspired by his little gestures. Or Frieren meeting people like Kane and Levine, who at first, they're friends, but they fought constantly, and they still fight, but now they are closer because they use teamwork, and they spent that time with Frieren. They learned from her. They passed the test together.
Himmel left his mark with Frieren, and she is doing the same with those people, just like he left the same mark on Eisen
and Aether.
And they left those marks on Fern and on Stark and everything.
Yeah, it's not because you're gone that what you did in your life won't be remembered. Or even, like, it's not because you didn't go down in history as this big badass mage or big badass warrior that what you did won't have a mark on other people. Like Serie's student, who... It's so sad, like, the reason why he wanted to fight Frieren, and saying that, she's completely alone, she doesn't really connect with people, and when she has students, they just disappear once they die, and she's left all alone. And he wanted to do kind of like Himmel, like, he wanted to leave behind something so Serie would not feel completely abandoned, and like, she'd have people be like, oh yeah, it's true, like, that person was taught by Serie, so Serie exists, right? Like, it's a reminder that she's around, and in that way, she wouldn't be completely on her own. So it is sad, but the fact that, his existence, the fact that he trained under her, the fact that he was there in her life, that was the ripple. You don't need everyone else to remember her. You were enough, and you're not the only one. All the other students were enough. And it was a look into Serie's personality that I thought was really interesting, because she does appear as cold, just like Frieren in the beginning. But
she has trouble to express her feeling and what she's thinking. But
But she reminds me of Frieren, like I said at the beginning, kind of like completely detached from her emotion. But the fact that she remembers every student she had, their personalities, their favorite spell, and she still uses them around and stuff, that's like, oh.
Even if she considers them failures.
She says that, but that again, that's what we talked about last episode, is because she is immortal or whatever, like she lives a long life. A human could not possibly start from the beginning and hope to achieve the same things that Serie did unless they were really talented. But then again, you know, you meet, for her, like she says they are failures because they didn't reach her level, but they left behind teachings and stuff that helped other mages start at a level that was much higher than they did, and they get to surprise her. Like Fern, like she's really young, yet she surprised her, right? She passed so many humans this time, so many human mages, and magic is evolving, humans are evolving, they're getting better at this, and it is surprising for her because she didn't think that humans could get there, but that's the whole point. They reached their heights, and it might not get close to her level, but that will inspire others to do the same, and maybe they'll surpass their predecessors, right? It's about leaving a mark. It's about leaving a mark, but not on history necessarily. Like, you don't need to leave a big mark. And sometimes just inspiring one person is enough to start a ripple effect that'll change so many things. It's the beauty of connections and bonds.
Yeah.
Himmel is the best example of that in the series because he is everywhere. In every little freaking conversation.
He did ask to leave statues of himself everywhere.
Not in that way.
And on Earth, you know.
Not in that way. He is everywhere in Frieren's, you know, words of advice, in her memories, in the way she acts with people, her interactions with them. She did exactly like she said she would do to her dwarf friend. Anyway, like when she said that she would carry his memory. Nope. The other one, the old one that we met that taught
okay.
Stark on the journey. She carries their memory into, you know, into the future, even if they are no longer there. Since she lives a long life, she gets to make sure that those memories carry on, and she'll pass them on to other people who will remember them. And if at one point they forget who started the whole thing or who brought on that memory, they might still keep the value or still keep the dream and carry that on, and then they'll pass that on to someone else. The beauty of evolution. It was a beautiful first season.
As usual, what do you think about that first season, and what did you prefer about what we saw?
I loved it. I think it's a beautiful message, beautiful story, yet it's not like completely centered on morality or just teaching us a message or anything. Like, there's still great fights, beautiful music, the characters are very interesting, there's always something to talk about in those episodes, and we have this goal that we need to achieve that will make it so worth it, because like if we get to see Himmel again after everything, gosh, I'll feel great.
I do wonder though, if we do meet Himmel and
in heaven,
is it gonna be our friend that we lost all those years ago?
Well, supposedly.
If it is him, he's gonna see how much we've changed and how much we've grown as a person.
Why wouldn't it be, if we truly go there, if it's truly a place and we truly meet someone, why wouldn't it be him?
I don't know. I don't know. But I mean, I'm just saying that he's gonna be so happy for Frieren to become who she is right now, because she's grown. With Fern and with Stark and with everyone that she met during the 28th episode that we saw.
I'm wondering if there's a possibility that it is a true place, and once we get there, Frieren decides to stay. Like, I did what I had to do. Now I have nothing, like, you know, I've taught my way of life to Fern, Stark, everyone. Like, they get to carry on, and she could stay with Himmel.
You think?
Is it possible? Maybe. I wonder. But, I mean, the whole point is that there's always going to be a tomorrow, and there's always going to be a next meeting, a next time, right? It's never the end. We keep that end open completely. Kind of like, it's not the end of this show, there's a season 2 coming. Well, it's the same, like, even if you leave heaven and if you say goodbye to Himmel once again, it's not the end. Like, you get to see him again whenever. So, death is not the end in this universe, in this story. And that all comes down to Aureole, if it's a real place or not. But even if it wasn't a real place, the memory is still there, and when you die, maybe you get to meet with them again. It's about believing that that you'll see them again. It's just
Yeah.
beautiful. So
Yeah.
that I really enjoyed. The whole message is great.
All right.
What about you?
Pretty much the same thing.
That's what I thought.
I mean, just the fact that we've seen this metaphor for how we need to just embrace the little moments, the day-to-day that we pass with our friends, people that we care about. The fact that when you're saying goodbye, it's not doesn't mean that it's for forever. You can meet those people in the future, late in the future, so not necessarily tomorrow.
Life doesn't need to be sad, right? Just enjoy it. Make the most of it. Yeah. In any case, so that was the finale of season 1. I don't know when the season 2 will come out, but hopefully soon, because I don't want to wait 3 years. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this season with us. If you want to see the full-length reaction to this episode or all the other episodes, they're all on Patreon. You can check them out. The link is in the description below.
Alright, so thank you guys for being with us for this amazing journey and beyond this journey.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see you for season 2 when it's gonna be out.
Yes.
So, see ya.
Bye.
Goodbye.